Yeah, the presentation is loaded now. We are ready to have my 150th keynote lecture. So glad to have you all around attending this session live. So remember, the term hijama therapy originated in the Middle East, and you had cupping in terms of suction therapy, which was mechanically or motorized devices were used, and vacuum therapy is more commonly used in the United States. Okay, so we have a different terminologies of things, especially with relation to the cupping. And I would like to utilize this cupping not just as a term of technique. I wanted to use it as a therapy because I'll tell you what all things you will check, you will assess, and then you will apply the cupping to individualize the treatments for every patient. The Chinese model of cupping involves utilizing the application of the cups at specific points as defined in the human body, similar to the acupressure points or the acupuncture points. So those are well defined points, so they are numbered, and for every condition this is the particular number of these points you have to keep the cups. Okay, that's it. It's a prescription based treatment, but whereas therapeutic cupping should be as per the evaluation physically that is done. Historically, we have seen Egypt and also in the Greece that they had on the rocks. Okay, they have depicted cupping, and various rulers all around the country in their palace and in their paintings, we have seen the cupping being documented both in the medieval times in the European countries. Okay, so I would like to attribute this presentation by acknowledging the effort of my Dean and Professor Dr. C.K. Senthil Kumar sir, and also the students who have been the model for the video course material on cupping, and also thank my best critics. Remember, cupping is a part of a spectrum of treatments addressing the myofascial system. So myofascial release, dry needling, cupping therapy, okay, all of them. If you see, myofascial release is a manual technique which is non-invasive, whereas dry needling, it's more of an invasive technique, okay, and cupping therapy is non-invasive and it's a mechanical technique. Okay, like you are not using hands for it specifically. Okay, you are using a plastic or a glass cup. Okay, so I'll show them during the interactive session because I am not able to come live on the camera here. Okay, so, and remember that various methods of cupping depending upon the types of the material. It can be plastic cup, it can be glass cups, it can be even rubber cups, silicone cups, okay, which are used for cosmetic or the beauty parlor, bamboo cups, or even buffalo horns can be used as for cupping. Porcelain or ceramic cups also can be used. Whenever you utilize injuring or what is called as poking the skin in order to let out the blood, the initial hypothesis was to release the toxins that are accumulated in that region. That is called as wet cupping. All other methods are dry cupping. So wet cupping involves letting out of blood. Okay, with the suction effect of the cup, more blood will be pulled out. Okay, and then the physical methods can be suction is because of pneumatic, which is because of the air the vacuum is created. Fire cupping is you burn a cotton and you introduce it within the cup. Okay, it heats the air inside the cup, and when you place the cup on the part, the hot air cools. Hot air which was expanded will condense during cooling. It will create a reduction in the volume, so the suction effect is created by the fire cupping. The fire cupping is usually used for the bamboo or the porcelain, ceramic, and the horn or the glass cupping. Okay, the plastic, usually we utilize the suction cupping. So static or dynamic involves applying the cup on one position at one place, that is static. Dynamic is we can either move the cup, and functional is we can move the part, okay, ask the patient to move the limb. Combination cupping, you can do a dry needling and above that you can put a cup. You can also involve myofascial release or neuromanual therapy, or you can give articular mobilizations together with the cup, also with the electrical stimulation in place, or asking a patient to do some exercises with the cupping on. Okay, So the physiological effects, two directions. One is from deep to superficial. The other one is from periphery to the center of the cup. Okay. So two directions it applies the circulatory effects. Of course, the other metabolic and the immune system effect is also been documented, ranging from moderating the inflammation and also the accumulation of the toxins. So we can utilize it for myofascial release, we can utilize it for contractures, we can utilize it for the trigger points. Contraindications, however, you need to be sure that don't apply the cup directly on the veins or arteries, because it will create a weakening of the vessel walls. Nerves also, because it will impair the circulation to the nerve because of the suction effect. Open skin lesions, obviously. Don't apply the cup on nose or the ear, okay? You can't do it actually because the vacuum is not possible there. And don't apply it on eyes or even on lymph nodes, which will alter the immune mechanics. And open wounds, bony fractures, deep vein thrombosis and varicose veins, any kind of peripheral vascular diseases, okay? This and the paraffin, liquid paraffin, which we use it for the dynamic cupping, okay? We apply it on the part so that there is no friction. Tissue paper and gloves. And after COVID-19 and lockdown, you need to use more personal protective equipments, okay? The barrier devices, the bamboo cups of the 3 sizes in the top, and the surgical spirit in case if you are going to do the wet cupping, okay? So the types of cupping, we have seen that rubber cupping is in the right corner here, and we see the plastic cupping, the glass cupping and the bamboo cupping, different materials. So first of all, what would you examine? I would suggest that first examine the suction pump and the cup, okay? Because the device must be examined before examining the patient, okay? And then on the patient, examine the skin temperature, give a pressure on the skin to see for the capillary refill, okay? And also glide the fascia mediolaterally, see for the facial play. And of course, the skin rolling test, because we need to see where the skin rolling is restricted, okay? The skin is vertically lifted off. So where it is restricted, if we know, there we can apply the cup. Okay, don't apply the cup everywhere, okay? Just because it is frozen shoulder, don't apply everywhere around the shoulder, okay? You need to assess and see which direction the fascia is restricted, where exactly the skin rolling is restricted, where is the vascular less. Because if less area you keep the cup, it is absolutely fine, it improves the circulation, okay? If it is already hyperemic area, you keep the cup, it will either turn black or it might even create a blister, okay? Too much of extravasation. So the types of cupping also found in the literature involves technical types, suction related types, method of the suction related types, added therapy, how we can combine the cupping with, and also according to the condition wise or the gender also, okay? Male and female, because we sometimes use it for genetic sexual dysfunctions, okay? So you have the type of cups depending upon the material. Method of suction, you have manual, automatic and self-suction cupping. Like even silicone is a self-suction, okay? And facial cupping, female, male cupping and massage cuppings. So you have pneumatic cupping, which is typically plastic and dry cupping most of the time. You can utilize it for wet cupping in specific cases where you are sure of sterilization procedures. And you can see that the skin is lifted only maximum half of the cup, okay? So it should not be more than that. If for example total height of the cup is this much, okay, skin will be lifted only till here, okay, half only, okay? I'm trying to remove this marking. Just hold on. Okay, so we continue with the slides. The glass cupping, we have a big set of glasses, different sizes of cups. You can see at the side of the cups there are gripping locations where you can keep the fingers, and also you can see for they are very heavy, okay, comparatively. You can't keep the glass cupping and then utilize it for functional cupping, making the patient to move the part, okay? the hazards of glass falling down and breaking is there. And the glass cupping cannot be left in place for a longer time, okay, because the suction effect automatically goes off, because it is because of the air. The cooled air is again will get heated because of the body temperature, okay. So combination cupping is also possible with the glass cupping, okay. This is the silicone cupping. You can apply this as a trial and error method. Initially, first session, you want to just observe how much redness the subject is getting following a cupping, okay. So you can apply it and see how well the tissue responses are. Otherwise, it is utilized only for the cosmetic purposes, for facial massage and for okay. Bamboo cupping, it's more deeper effect, okay. You have fibrous adhesions or contractures. It's very useful. It's also applied with the method of fire, okay. This is a picture of the buffalo horns, okay. They are not actually taken from the horns. The horns are powdered and then they are molded into these shapes, okay. You can see these kind of people in China if you are visiting after 5 years, okay. So the ancient cupping and modern cupping, we saw the differences, that ancient cupping is predefined locations, modern cupping is based upon the specific assessments. Expected skin reactions after cupping, okay. If there is a normal circulation, you will find a uniform distribution of the blood, healthy one. If it is like hyperemia to an extent where you will find more darker, and more it is severe stagnation, it can be the blood obstruction, okay. So then only it will be more dark and brown, okay. Moment it is patchy, this comes to diseases and disorders, okay. So beware of this. It could be skin lesions or it can be vascular lesions. So patchy redness should not be there, okay. So we can give the dosage of cupping depending upon the strong, medium or light, depending upon the how much skin is lifted, okay. And remember that we are doing 50% of skin elevation in static. So in dynamic it should be 25%, okay, lesser. And the duration also will become less, okay, when the light dosage of cupping is applied, okay, 1 minute to 5 minutes. There are literature which tells we can leave the cup for 25 minutes. That must be for athletes, okay, not for sedentary individuals. This is kind of a description to show the strong cupping versus the medium or the light cupping, okay. And these are Olympic athletes who have been spotted with cupping marks, and ever since that, cupping has become an integral part of sports medicine also. So remember that traditional cupping is more effective for visceral diseases, okay. You see for renal calculi, you see for diabetes, you can do this, or even for hypertension, okay. But modern cupping is effective for musculoskeletal disorders, predominantly for health and wellness. And these are some of the quotes which I'd like to share as part of my presentation always. And the most important is your thoughts reap action, your action reaps habit, your habit reaps character, and your character reaps destiny. So as you sow, so shall you reap, okay. And the last one here, practice never makes you perfect, perfect practice make you perfect. So get the perfect people, get trained under them, learn the best techniques, stay connected with as many people as you can and keep spreading your knowledge. Also you can stay connected through the various YouTube channels. And remember that greatness is not what you have, it's what you give. So I wish all of you to be the greatest ever by making everyone around you the bestest. And good luck to you all for the World Physiotherapy Eve and also the PhysioHorcon 2020. Enjoy the feast of intellectual expositions. And students who are watching this session also participate in all the competitions and win the cash prizes from the AOMPT. And make sure that we should make the world come to India and recognize the physiotherapy in India as the best, okay. And I thank all of you for your live participation, and also people who are watching this lecture later in the recorded mode through the Facebook page, okay. Feel free to contact me through this WhatsApp. You can get the 50% discount if you answer a quiz on cupping. You will receive 22 cupping videos, okay, the video based course of the AOMPT with its e-certificate at only half a price, okay. So I thank the PhysioHorcon 2020 organizing committee, especially Dr. Sonia, Dr. Manoj, Dr. Mudgil, and also my co-speakers were completed their talk, Dr. Waris, and also now next Dr. Arun Mosi sir, Dr. Ganar, and Dr. Dharam Pandey sir, okay, to enjoy the PhysioOrcon 2020. Okay, yeah. So back again live to get the comments and to get your suggestions. Okay, this is the suction cup. Typically I check this cup by applying it on my thumb tip to see whether the suction is there. Okay, I give the suction for 3 to 4 times, and I can observe the redness, okay, that is there in the tip of my thumb. And once I have checked the pump, I am ready to check the cup, literally. Okay, this is the valve, okay, which is the stopper. If it is too much up, okay, if it is loose, you will not be able to create the suction, okay, and the air will be getting leaked. And if it is totally blocked, skin will never raise, okay. And some of the cups have a tip here, okay, here where you can attach some kind of magnets, okay. So these magnets can combine the magnetic therapy, otherwise the cup appears like this, okay. Otherwise this is a magnet, okay, which is attached. And when you are applying it on the part, okay, first and foremost evaluate the blood circulation, okay. So you will try to see if it is in the forearm, okay. I will demonstrate for the forearm, okay. So because if I demonstrate in the wrist, you can't see the redness, because you know, the people with more melanin, okay, you can't see the redness much, okay. So here I might first do the facial gliding, and if the restriction is there distally or proximally, okay, I will assess, okay. If there is no restriction in the proximo-distal direction, I will see for mediolateral, okay. And if it is not, then I will do the skin rolling test, okay. So I might roll the skin, okay, in different directions and see whether it is coming up. So here it is not coming up, so I can apply the cup, and preferably, okay, can you see that, okay, the mark of Vishnu. So here again I can keep a trial the silicone cup first, okay, and leave it for around 3 minutes maybe, just to see the circulation. This is here for more than 15 minutes, okay, but still it will disappear. Even it stays, it's a memory of PhysioOrcon 2020. Of course here, and you remove the silicone cup, okay, and then see the redness, okay. If it is uniform, the circulation is getting restored. Also the same area, when you are pressed against with your finger, it might have become delayed in the refill, okay. So that's the area where it actually indicates the cupping, okay. So once you have kept the cup, you can choose a appropriate size cup, okay, and then have this device fixed here, okay. So if I have to apply a static cupping, because I found only restriction in vertical, the skin rolling, okay, I did not find a restriction in the proximo-distal, okay. So then I lock the cup like this, okay. So I did a 30% the skin lift, so it's a moderate loading. And if I want, I can see the skin color here, okay. So it's changing now, okay, fortunately, okay. And if I am using a cup like this cup, or the porcelain, okay, or the bamboo cup, I can't see the skin color, okay. So remember that. And if you want to release it, pull the valve, automatically it comes out, okay. So can you see that, okay. And don't do any kind of massage or icing after the cup, okay. Always remember, don't try to dissolve the collected blood fast by yourself. It should be physiologically done. Patient should do kind of activities which actually they were accustomed to in their daily life. Sedentary individual, tell them to take rest, okay. Then only they will keep coming to us for 3 to 4 months. But if they are active individuals like athletes, they should get back to their normalcy, so that the circulation is redistributed. And when you see, you can utilize forceps, you can hold a cotton, and maybe take a candle, okay, and keep it in fire. So I will introduce that fire into the cup and then place it on the part, okay. So that will create the fire cupping, or otherwise the glass cupping, okay. You can see the glass cup and the grip, okay, that is placed. Here there is no check that is need to be done, except the fact that you should be careful to hold it, because sometimes you will apply liquid paraffin and you might give a dynamic cupping. Okay, usually how do you do the dynamic cupping? If I find a distal direction, okay, I'm gliding the fascia and I'm finding that distal direction it is restricted, okay, distal direction, okay, and the patient also is complaining wrist flexion difficult, okay, so then it coincides, okay, flexion, the fascia has to glide distally, and we are going to have Dr. Arun Mosi sir to talk about the fascia work. He's the best expert, okay, and we're going to listen to him also the next talk, okay, so don't miss it. So when I am giving the dynamic cupping, what I will do? I will not do the same dose as static cupping. I will do the 50% of it. Okay. And then next one, whenever I am doing the wrist flexion, I will glide it distally, and when I am coming back, it will go proximally. Okay. So with the suction, I will move the cup. Okay. I will show that without the paraffin. Okay. A slight trial of a demonstration. Okay, so I kept it very moderate, okay, mild. It's absolutely comfortable level for me. I'll never feel the stretch also here. It is just like somebody holding, okay. And then if I have to do the dynamic gliding, okay, the cup, I can do like this, move the cup, okay. Okay, so I can do that, and you can still see sometimes the cup stays. If the pressure was adequate and there is friction free and also hair free, because the hair will always create that gap between the cup and the skin. So this you can do it. You can also have the cup and then do the strengthening exercises. Okay, you can have the cup and then you can do the neurodynamics. Okay, if it is a radial nerve neurodynamics, you can do that. So a lot of freedom is there. One important point is, don't leave the patient alone. Keep the cup and run away. No, stand with the patient to see how the hyperemic response is coming. If you find a sudden kind of any kind of an adverse reaction, you should be able to handle that situation. What could be the adverse? Maybe a leak of blood, okay, if there is an open wound which you have missed, or the skin is not properly, the integrity is not good, it might break, okay. So these kind of situations should not happen in your practice, okay. And so remember the capillarity, you will check the vascularity, okay. So when you give a deep pressure and maintain it for the 30 seconds, for example, and then when you release, you can find that circulation returns to normal, okay. So that is the area, no need to give cup. But there are areas where when you press that and when you leave it, it takes 5 to 10 seconds, it will be pale. After that it will come back to original color. So that you mean that there is ischemia there, so give the cup there, okay. Unless your idea is to do the bloodletting, the hijama or the wet cupping, what you will do is, first you will apply a static cup, okay, for 3 minutes, then you will do the puncturing, and after that again you will apply the cup, okay. So then you will see that blood will be collected inside the cup and you have to dispose it following the sterilized procedures, okay. So there we end this session to share my inputs. I am now ready for getting your inputs, because my lecture you learn, your questions I learn, okay. Go ahead with your questions so that we are ready to proceed ahead with further scientific sessions. The next speaker, Dr. Arun Mosi sir, must be ready now, okay. Do you have any queries from any of you? Okay, I'm yet to see any of the questions now. Okay. So I'll share my contact details here as part of the description for this video. So you can contact me on the WhatsApp to get the quiz, the 10 question quiz. And when you answer all 10 correct, okay, then only you will get the 50% discount in the video based course on cupping. The cupping course is actually ₹1000, okay, and you can get it for ₹500 with the e-certificate for 10 hours for cupping from the AOMPT, okay. So don't miss this opportunity. You can learn about this cupping. You can also order online the cupping set, which can reach your home at rupees 500 for the 6 pieces cup. So you can utilize this and try to experiment and see. First use it on yourself, get the feel of how it is, okay, and then see whether you can apply it on another person, be it a healthy person. Then later go to the patients, okay. But either way, supervised training will never substitute a conference lecture, okay. So try to see how you can get trained through workshops and certificate courses directly, okay. Otherwise, cupping becomes more of an ancient technique, so don't use the cupping like an ancient cupping. Utilize modern cupping, okay, based upon those principles. Clear? So I wish you all the participants the best of luck. I wind up this session, and we are ready to get the moderator summarizing my talk, and then our anchor, Dr. Sonia, will receive the next speaker, Dr. Arun Mozi sir. Okay, so see you all. Bye bye. Good luck.